The basic premise in the management of any system is the ability to minimize risk. In the context of an ecosystem, one of the important questions is the integrity of the environment and how this integrity is compromised by management. With mismanagement in ecosystems, the risk of permanent damage to the environment is very high.
Experiential purchases are also more associated with identity, connection, and social behavior. Looking back on purchases made, experiences make people happier than do possessions. It's kind of counter to the logic that if you pay for an experience, like a vacation, it will be over and gone. As oil becomes increasingly difficult to find, the search for it is extended into more hostile environments. The development of the oil field on the north slope of Alaska and the construction of the Alaska pipeline are examples of the great expense and difficulty involved in new oil discoveries. One of the strangest things about tickling is that it's pretty much impossible for a person to tickle himself or herself. The reason you can't tickle yourself is that when you move a part of your own body, a part of your brain monitors the movement and anticipates the sensations that it will cause. scientists have identified the maximum mix of heat and humidity a human body can survive. Even a healthy young person will die after enduring 6 hours of 35 degrees Celsius warmth when coupled with 100% humidity, but new research shows that threshold could be significantly lower. Ask bacteria where they'd like to live, and they'll answer, a kitchen sponge, please. Sponges are microbe paradises, capable of housing 54 billion bacteria per cubic centimeter. In addition to being damp, airy, and loaded with food scraps, sponges provide an optimal physical environment for bacteria, researchers report February 10 in Nature Chemical Biology. History is selective. What history books tell us about the past is not everything that happened, but what historians have selected. They cannot put in everything, choices have to be made. Choices must similarly be made about which aspects of the past should be formally taught to the next generation in the shape of school history lessons. Being scared to death boils down to our autonomic response to a strong emotion, such as fear. For fear-induced deaths, the demise starts with our fight or flight response, which is the body's physical response to a perceived threat.
In order to achieve the free flow of goods and services, with work and capital between the member countries, they needed to establish mutual politics in areas as diverse as agriculture, transport, and when they were concerned with a far wider range of issues.
Relationships are connections between people based on emotions, interactions, and shared experiences. They can be family, friendships, or romantic partnerships. Good relationships are built on trust, communication, and understanding, while nurturing a sense of companionship and support. Relationships are connections between people based on emotions, interactions, and shared experiences. They can be family, friendships, or romantic partnerships. Good relationships are built on trust, communication, and understanding, while nurturing a sense of companionship and support. Relationships are connections between people based on emotions, interactions, and shared experiences. They can be family, friendships, or romantic partnerships. Good relationships are built on trust, communication, and understanding, while nurturing a sense of companionship and support. Relationships are connections between people based on emotions, interactions, and shared experiences. They can be family, friendships, or romantic partnerships. Good relationships are built on trust, communication, and understanding, while nurturing a sense of companionship and support. Relationships are connections between people based on emotions, interactions, and shared experiences. They can be family, friendships, or romantic partnerships. Good relationships are built on trust, communication, and understanding, while nurturing a sense of companionship and support. Snacks are small portions of food eaten between meals. They can be savory or sweet and provide a quick energy boost. Common snacks include chips, nuts, fruits, and cookies. Choosing healthy snacks like vegetables or yogurt can help maintain a balanced diet.
Members of a culture must conform to its norms for the culture to exist and function. Hence, members must want to conform and obey rules. They first must internalize the social norms and values that dictate what is normal for the culture. Then they must socialize or teach norms and values to their children.
Diamonds are valuable gemstones formed deep within the earth under high pressure and temperature. They are known for their exceptional brilliance and hardness, making them the hardest natural material. Diamonds are often used in jewelry as symbols of love and status. They can be colorless or come in various colors like blue, pink, and yellow. A stroke is a medical condition that happens when the blood flow to a part of the brain is interrupted. It can be caused by a blood clot or a burst blood vessel. Strokes can lead to brain damage and affect speech, movement, and other functions. Quick medical attention is crucial for better recovery. A magnet is an object that attracts certain materials like iron and steel. It has two ends called poles, a north pole and a south pole. Opposite poles attract, while the same poles repel each other. Magnets are used in everyday things like fridge magnets and can also be used in technology, like electric motors. Drugs are substances that can change how our bodies work. Some drugs, like medicine prescribed by doctors, help treat illnesses. Others, like illegal drugs, can be harmful and addictive. It's important to use medicines properly and avoid harmful drugs. Education and support are key to making safe and healthy choices. Cancer is a disease where cells in the body grow out of control. It can happen in different parts of the body and is often named after the place it starts, like lung cancer or breast cancer. Treatments include surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation. Early detection and healthy habits can reduce the risk. Electric cars are vehicles that run on electricity instead of gasoline. They have batteries that store energy, and you can charge them using special plugs. Electric cars produce fewer emissions, helping the environment and reducing air pollution. They're a step toward cleaner and more sustainable transportation. Parrots are colorful birds known for their ability to mimic sounds and human speech. They have strong beaks and feet, often used for climbing and holding things. Parrots are kept as pets and admired for their intelligence and vibrant feathers. They thrive on social interaction and need proper care for a happy life. Social media is a way to connect and share online. People use websites and apps to post pictures, thoughts, and messages. It helps us stay in touch with friends, family, and even make new friends. But we should be careful about privacy and how much time we spend on it. A bicycle is a simple and eco-friendly transportation device. It has two wheels, pedals, and a handlebar. People ride bicycles by pushing the pedals with their feet. Bicycles are used for exercise, commuting, and fun. They help reduce pollution and are a healthy way to get around. Trees are tall plants with a sturdy trunk and many branches. They give us oxygen to breathe and provide homes for animals. Trees also give us wood for building and shade to keep us cool. Taking care of trees is important for the environment and our well-being. Corporate life refers to working in big companies or businesses. People have jobs and roles within these companies, like managers, workers, and more. They often work in offices, follow rules, and collaborate to achieve goals. It can be busy and competitive, but also rewarding with opportunities for growth and success. Climate change is when the Earth's temperature gets hotter. This happens because of pollution from cars, factories, and more. It can lead to problems like melting ice, rising sea levels, and bad weather. We need to use clean energy and protect nature to stop climate change. Vitamin D is a sunshine vitamin that our bodies need. It helps make our bones strong and keeps our immune system healthy. We can get vitamin D from sunlight, some foods, and supplements. It's important for our overall well-being. A traffic jam happens when many vehicles are stuck on the road and can't move. It's like a big line of cars waiting. This can make people late and frustrated. To avoid traffic jams, it's important to follow traffic rules and plan travel times carefully. Dogs, loyal and diverse companions, have been human allies for millennia. They display remarkable intelligence, emotions, and adaptability. As pets, working partners, or service animals, their companionship enhances lives, fostering joy, love, and lasting connections within families and communities. Minerals are essential, inorganic substances found in the Earth's crust, vital for various bodily functions. They contribute to bone strength, enzyme activity, and nerve function. Minerals like iron, calcium, and zinc are crucial for maintaining overall health through balanced nutrition and supplementation. Floods, natural disasters caused by excessive water accumulation, wreak havoc on landscapes and communities. Overflowing rivers, heavy rainfall, or melting snow can inundate areas, damaging property and endangering lives. Mitigation strategies, like improved infrastructure and early warning systems, are vital for minimizing their devastating impact and ensuring safety. Electronic discourse is one form of interactive electronic communication. In this study, we reserve the term for the two-directional texts in which one person using a keyboard writes language that appears on the sender's monitor and is transmitted to the monitor of a recipient, who responds by keyboard. Surprisingly, despite what appear to be infinite variations, all difficult conversations share a common structure. When you're caught up in the details and anxiety of a particular difficult conversation, this structure is hard to see. But understanding that structure is essential to improving how you handle your most challenging conversations. The Founding Fathers established constitutional protections for the press because they understood that leaving the watchdog function to partisan politicians wouldn't necessarily serve the public interest. Both sides have too many incentives to preserve the status quo and ignore problems that elude quick fixes. Charlie Parker noticed that the solos were only improvised through the melodies, but that he could also improvise them through the chords, thus creating new variations over the structure of the songs, and also playing more notes and faster. A recent trend in the entertainment world is to adapt classic works of literature for either TV or movies. One argument is that this is to everyone's benefit, as it introduces people to work they might otherwise never have, but is rarely done successfully. It isn't rare for private equity houses to hire grads fresh out of business school, he said, but 9 times out of 10, the students who nab these jobs are the ones who had private equity experience under their belt before even starting their MBA program. There are, of course, intercultural difficulties as well as language difficulties, he said. There are, of course, also many Australian students who don't speak such fantastically good English either. The number one biggest difference between the bacteria in your body and the cells making up your body are these tiny cellular components called organelles. You've actually learned a lot about organelles in other lessons without knowing it. Botanic gardens are scientific and cultural institutions established to collect, study, exchange, and display plants for research and for the education and enjoyment of the public.